You want to be an average guy, set average goals. Simple as that. In 2018, I set the goal to do a 75-pound muscle up. It's 2024. An entire 6 years have gone by. Have I accomplished that feat of strength? No, I haven't. But here I am doing a 65-pound ring muscle up. Now, you might imagine my goal is to get to 75 pounds and finish that goal. It's not. Instead, I decided to throw that goal in the garbage and set a new and harder goal for myself. If this doesn't make any sense, just watch the rest of the video. Don't be afraid to set high goals, because we will fall short of where we aim. The physical fitness test in the Marine Corps is made up of 3 components. One of those being pull-ups. If you have 2 guys and one of them can do 4 pull-ups, other one can also just do 4 pull-ups. One sets the goal to do 10, and the other one sets the goal to get to 23 pull-ups, which is a perfect score in the Marine Corps. Then my money is on the one who wants the higher pull-ups, that he is going to be able to get more pull-ups than the guy who's just aiming for 10. Even though they both have the same starting point and they both have the same capabilities at this point in time, they're both able to do 4. But you have to understand, you're gonna fall short of where you aim. See, the first guy, let's say he gets to 10 pull-ups, he might be satisfied. He might say, okay, I'm happy, I got to 10. That was my goal. While the second guy, when he gets to 10, he's gonna say, wow, I'm only halfway to my goal. And he might think, I have a lot of work to do still. But he still can get motivated. He's like, okay, I'm almost halfway. Like, I have a lot of work to do, but I'm halfway. And then when he gets to 75% of the way there, it'll just give him more drive, more motivation. He'll be like, okay, now I'm 75% of the way there. This is what I'm trying to explain behind having a high goal to set for yourself. This next point, it's a good point as well. What about the mentality it takes to set a high goal? The guy who wants to do 23 pull-ups instead of 10, he's on another level mentally. That's what setting high goals demands. It shows, despite both of them having the same starting point, one of them is more confident in themselves, the view he has for what is possible for him, and his overall drive is higher. It has to be. Myself, I managed to learn this through personal experience, but later down the line, I also saw examples of this through other videos. People saying, super successful people at like the top level, they have super high goals and super high standards, and a lot of the times they will fall short of where they aim. It makes perfect sense for someone to be the very best version of themselves, the best in the room, the best in the state, the best in the world. They need a very strong mindset to set a very high goal. Personal story, the 75-pound muscle up, where did that goal come from? Why am I not chasing it if I haven't accomplished it? Like I already mentioned, that goal was set in 2018. I was 18 years old. I didn't have much life experience at 18 years old, and I also didn't accomplish much at that point. Don't turn this video into something else by saying, I'm 18, I'm very successful, I have tons of life experience, because that's not what the video is about, and that's not the point I'm trying to make. You can be successful at any age, and I'm just speaking more for myself, and I'm sure maybe a lot of people can relate to this. The only thing I had done at that point is graduating high school. I saw a video of someone doing a 75-pound muscle up on the rings, and I was inspired. To me, seeing that was like seeing Superman lifting a car. Right then and there, I told myself, wow, I want to do that. Keep in mind, I never did a muscle up, and I wouldn't even try working towards that goal for another 2 years, all the way in 2020. I also wouldn't have set that goal if the guy who did the muscle up didn't look like a pretty normal guy. So he was strong, right? It's very impressive. but he was like an average dude, you know. He didn't look super tall. He didn't look like super big, just like a normal guy pretty much. And so he kind of looked like me a little bit, and so that helped me. I adapted to climbing. I think I can adapt to this too. I know we all have different genetics, and that's true, but we all have the ability to adapt to things. In July 16th of 2020, that was my second training session on trying ring muscle ups. So I'm pretty sure July 14th of 2020 was my first day training muscle ups, because I didn't record my first day, I only recorded my second day. I remember that pretty clearly. And I got humbled so quickly. You know, I don't know, I couldn't do math, so I tried 45 pounds because I'm like, yeah, that's half of 75, you know, that's a good starting point if I want to get all the way to 75. Let me start at 45 pounds with no muscle ups, no pull-ups, and I got humbled. It was the heaviest thing in the world, and I thought this was like impossible. I even almost wanted to lower my goal. I was like, that's not even like, I don't even think I could do 50 pounds. But at that time, I had no knowledge of training up to something. I just didn't have knowledge and experience. I didn't lower my goal, but I started doubting myself if I could even get to 75, because 45 felt like impossible to move and impossible to do. And so I kept lowering the weight. I dropped to 25 and I couldn't do 25. I dropped to 15 and I couldn't do 15. So I had to start with body weight. And then in December 14th of 2020, that same year, so almost like 6 months later, I hit 65 pounds. So it took me 6 months of slowly progressing by adding 5 pounds. I started with body weight. I did that for a week. And then I started immediately adding 5 pounds for 1 rep. And then I would do 5 pounds like twice for 1 single rep, and then body weight. And then the next week, I go up to 10 pounds, then drop down to 5, then body weight. And that's how I progressed all the way to 65 pounds. And I felt incredible. I felt unstoppable. Even though the weight was getting heavy, I was new to training. So of course, I'm going to get those like newbie strength gains because I had no training with any type of weight at that time. But here's the incredible thing that happened. Like I mentioned, when I first started training and that first day when I added 45 pounds, I immediately had doubt whether I could even hit 75 pounds. So I was working towards a goal that I had so much doubt in whether I could even do it. When I had got to 50 pounds, like in September or whatever, I still had doubt because I'm like, damn, I'm still 25 pounds away. So I still had a lot of doubt. And it was only through experience that I gained the confidence that, wow, if you work at something, you can get better at it. And I'm able to do that too. When I got to 65 pounds, when I did the 65 pounds and I came down, at that moment, the moment my feet touched the ground, I already knew I could do 75 pounds. It was no longer a question if, oh, maybe I'm doubting if I can get to 75. No, I knew I could do 75 pounds. It's only 10 pounds away. So that same day, when I got home, I set a new and harder goal for myself without even having gotten to 75 pounds, because I didn't want to get to 75 pounds. Because once you get to your goals, you lose that drive, you lose what got you all the way there. Unfortunately, that same week, I got injured and I completely dislocated my shoulder rock climbing, not doing the muscle ups. So I don't want people thinking, I mean, you could get hurt doing anything. I was trying to climb a climb in a way it wasn't intended, which is called beta braking. Basically trying to find another way to climb a route. And I dislocated my shoulder upside down. And I'm really happy because obviously to do a muscle up with so much weight and coming back, it takes a lot, especially I think after a shoulder dislocation. And I was still able to train back up to 65 pounds before having another injury, another setback. Well, you need to learn. Obviously, I was doing something wrong. I need to learn from that. But also, it wouldn't mean as much if the journey to where I wanted to get to was so easy. To set a really high goal, you're going to need to believe in your abilities, and that comes from experience. Experience I gained getting to 65 pounds. I could taste 75 pounds, only 10 pounds away, and for some reason 65 pounds doesn't sound like a lot of weight, but then 75 pounds does sound like a lot of weight. I didn't think I could do it. Now I think I can do it. That's a problem. If you think you can do a goal, that's a problem. That goal is not a high goal. You need to have doubt whether or not you can do it. That's what will keep you in check and will allow you to continue to progress. You want to be an average guy, set average goals. Simple as that. I hope you found this video helpful and it motivates you just like it motivated me to think highly of yourself and to be able to aim super high with goals. More videos to come, and thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys on the next video.